A new research to tell you about on a curious effect of obesity. As people gain weight, their sense of taste diminishes. This study out of Cornell University builds on previous research that suggests obese people often taste flavors with less intensity than lean people. So what does this research mean in treating obesity? I'm joined by Stanford University bariatric surgeon, Dr. John Morton. Doctor, thank you for being here. The taste bud, perhaps more important than most of us realize, huh?
Yeah, I think we're definitely realizing how important it is. I think the study is very interesting in the fact that we're realizing that obesity affects all parts of our body. We know it affects hearts, and it affects livers, joints, but now we're seeing it affects taste, and it may have some effect on our ability to lose weight.
Right. So
that's a big one.
Yeah. So, doctor, talk to me about the relationship between taste sensitivity and one's weight.
Well, the one thing that we noticed in a study we did a few years ago was that obese patients have less taste sensitivity. As you become leaner, as you lose weight, you become more taste sensitive. So I think what may be happening in some patients who are obese is they don't get the same level of satisfaction from taste alone. They end up getting more satisfaction from volume. It may also account for the fact that many obese patients seek out sugar and salt more often, because those are some of the big flavors that they can taste. And so I think the obvious thing here is, what can you do when it comes to taste? And I think one thing for sure is appreciate your food a lot more.
Yeah, maybe slow down and enjoy it. I want to talk a little bit about the research findings. They tested mice in this case, and those that were on a fattier diet, if you will, some of those things that you were just talking about, sweeter, saltier foods, had 35% fewer taste buds than those who were on a healthier diet, if you will. So, doctor, is this because, do you think, of the fatty food that the mice were consuming?
I do. I think, what happens when we eat fatty food, it ends up creating more and more fat, obviously, in our bodies. Fat is not an inert organ. It's got activity. It creates inflammation. And that's one of the things that the rat study showed was more inflammation led to decrease in those taste buds. So it's all linked together. And inflammation is a bad thing. It can obviously affect your heart and your joints, but it obviously affected these taste buds. What's unique about the study is that it actually had objective evidence where you could see that the taste buds were much less when the mice gained weight. So this was an important finding.
Yeah, and the taste buds, doctor, are you able to produce more of them?
Well, that's a good question. I think, can they recover? And the answer is yes, they certainly can recover. They do recover with weight loss. They do recover with a bit of training. And I think one thing you said earlier is very true, is appreciating your food. Here we are in the Bay Area, one of the greatest places in the world for produce, where, the organic movement started with Alice Waters and the such. This is a place where we can really learn about food appreciation. Eating before you swallow, you should chew 20 times before swallowing. It gives you a greater sense of appreciation for the food, more mindful eating. So all those things can allow those taste buds to recover for sure.
All right, doctor, thank you so much for talking with us. Indeed, some pretty interesting research happening. Thank you so much.